at the Pegasus 7th and 8th grade program for gifted students at LaSalle Academy. In mid-September of 8th grade, the students were assigned a research project that would span the entire school year until the end of April. There were only 3 requirements for this project, which had to be followed. The first was to decide upon a researchable topic. Secondly, the student was to choose a product format to put the research into use. Finally, the student was to find an appropriate audience to show their product to. When I was first assigned this project, I decided that the topic had to be something that I was very passionate about, seeing as one part of my school year would surround this topic. I chose to investigate the topic of science fiction, fantasy, and comic book fandom because I am a fan myself. I grew up being influenced by my dad, who is a long-term fan of all these topics. In fact, he even convinced my mom to name me after his favorite comic book character, Wolverine. I decided that a documentary would be my product since I enjoy filmmaking as well. Finally, for my audience, I decided to distribute my video to various collectible stores so that many other fans could see my work. I also decided to put my video on YouTube so that anyone who could see my video if they wanted to. Soon it was mid-October and each student had to turn in a worksheet with ideas for their project. My answers laid out my ideas for this film. When the paper was returned to me, 3 words were written on the top. What is fandom? This really made me think how obscure the topic is to many people, and how many others who do know what fandom is believe that the community is a strange one. Finally, I understood how informative this film had the potential to be, and not only for fans themselves, but for the people in the world who do not really know what fans are like. As I sat at my computer desk trying to think of a proper way to start the film, I realized my teacher had given me an excellent way to begin the film, by answering the question, what is fandom?
Well, I guess I define fandom as a group of people who love a particular subject and like to get together and discuss that subject. So, whether that subject be sports, which there's plenty of fandom around that, or whether it be comics, science fiction, and fantasy. And in general, fans like to interact with other fans because they want other people who are interested in their interests, and they like to discuss and talk about those interests.
Well, being a fan is just like anything else. It's doing something that you enjoy and grown to love. Whether, whatever it is.
During my preliminary research, I found an excellent Wikipedia definition of fandom. Fandom is a term used to refer to a subculture, composed of fans characterized by a feeling of sympathy with others who share a common interest. A fandom can grow up centered around any area of human interest or activity. Subject of fan interest can be narrowly defined, focused on something like an individual celebrity, or wide, encompassing entire hobbies, genres, or fashions. Fandom as a term can also be used in a broad sense to refer to an interconnected social network of individual fandoms, many of which overlap. However, in order to truly understand science fiction, fantasy, and comic book fandom, we must go back to its roots.